no history as such, although if it has had, none of us know about it because nothing is written. Maybe there are some like very very old stories in maybe in the 16th century or the 15th century which has like lines about some dances that is happening, but we don't know if it is Mohiniyattam. First thing, and then second thing, there was the same Devadasi system which was in Kerala also, and they were also called Devadasis, and it was called Dasyatam, and later became Mohini Attakari, or means Mohini, a person who does Mohiniyattam. And then slowly this form from being so divine, graceful, became a format of vulgarity and seductiveness. So then is when I think Sri Vallathol, who set up Kalamandalam, said that this art form has to be revived. So he set up Kalamandalam for the future of Kathakali, but then he said that even Mohiniyattam also should be a part of it, and so the Mohiniyattam grew from there. And then Kalyani Kutty Amma, she was the one who systematized Mohiniyattam. She gave it a format of aduvus and vaitaris, etc., etc. Then is what we see as of now. So all of us have a wrong notion that only Sopanam style of music is used in Mohiniyattam, which is wrong. Olden days, even Malayalam was not known as Malayalam, it was known as Malabar Tamil. So when you say Malabar Tamil, the influence of Carnatic was there in Mohiniyattam. Though the Kathakali padams were done completely on a different things, and then since Mohiniyattam is influenced by Kathakali and Bharatanatyam, but not just Sopanam is called Mohiniyattam. We can even use Carnatic music in Mohiniyattam, and we should make sure that we do it in the pace of Madhyama Kala only, so that it's not that we cannot use the third gati. It's that when you do the third speed, maybe you will not get the movement of the body in that way. So they said, okay, we will set it to a pace of the second speed, and that is how it is. So we generally use compositions of Sri Swati Tirunal Maharaj, who was the king of Trivandrum. But there are other poets also like Sri Ramayathirai Thambi and Vallathol and Chavalu Sri Krishna Kutty. All of them have written a lot of compositions in Sanskrit and in Manipravala, which is a mixture of Sanskrit and Malayalam. So we do that. We chant most of Padams and Varnams, etc. But when we are doing a Nritta piece, it could be a composition that is created by the teacher or by the Mridangist or by the Edakka artist also, because the Cholkatta and the Jatiswaram is something that we could use the traditional pieces as well, which is already composed, Jatiswaram. But Cholkatta is something that is very, very different, and it is not there in any other dance form. So that has to be composed and choreographed, and we have some already done, very few. Then we can do it according to our own creativity also. So that is what we generally do. Though Mohiniyattam has gained importance over the years, maybe it needs a little more, a better level than what it is today, because Bharatanatyam is already like kind of accomplished art form. So I would say research. I think the artists need to be a little more, audience friendly, and by what happens is like just by not explaining what the art form is, I think we need to know exactly how to bring about that to the audience. So most of them, they say, because Mohiniyattam mudras are very different and complicated to understand, so it's like how do we make the audience understand? But my guru always tells me that whichever the art form is, that doesn't matter, but for a dancer, if her face and if her eyes cannot speak, then they are not meant to be dancers. So I think that answers the question. I think every child has to learn any kind of classical art form, whether it is dance or music.